I do want to apologize because in some segments you will probably be able to hear my cat purring and their bells jingling. Well, one of my cats purring and his bell jingling. I have 4 cats, and sometimes it's impossible to actually get recording done without one of them trying to interrupt and be the star of the show. But anyways, hello lovelies, Nightshade here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we will be covering our Tides and Flames Hell event, which is of course known as the Fire and Water Hell event. The Hell event that has a whole bunch of hype surrounding it. So hopefully in this video, you will be able to see why exactly it is that some of the items are heavily talked about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. So let's start off with the welfare set. Like most UR welfares that run alongside UR Hell events, this welfare doesn't actually have a reflection attached to it. Now, the set itself is composed of 9 suit pieces, and unfortunately, this is not a separate top and bottom. It's actually an all-in-one combo of a dress. The back portion that you see on her is actually not a cape. It's part of the dress itself. It's kind of one of those high-low situations, but it's a cape from the top. It's conflicting, and it's so nice. I would have loved if it was separated from the actual top and bottom, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at her. Her hat is absolutely stunning. Look at the embroidery work on that. It's almost like it reminds me of a Mexican charro hat. It is so pretty. I love the feathers. I love the use of the 2 different color tones. They're peacock feathers. Beautiful. And there's feathers all around the top of her hat. So nice. Also reminds me of just like a Western hat in general. So pretty. Her hair is so beautiful. She has like these smaller fishtail braids in the front with her bangs hanging down. And then in the back, it's this long fishtail braid and it ends in a loop. It's super cute. I love it. As for the actual piece that steals the show, it's the harp. Let me tell you, when I first saw this set, well, I don't think I was playing Genshin yet. Was it out already? I don't even remember, but it gives me major Venti vibes, and I can already see so many people doing wonderful cosplays of him. It's just a beautiful set. It's gorgeous. I think it's gorgeous because of the color. Is it 100% versatile? Absolutely not, but who's complaining when it's free? And okay, the belt. I love the belt. That's one of the things that I am obsessed with. Just look at it. It's gold. It's basically the actual, what do you call it? I'm not a person that actually studied music, so I don't know what the term for it is, but the lines where the music notes go, and it starts off with a harp in the beginning and then it's held on like it's a little clasp. It's so pretty. And those are actually gloves. Like, they're not part of the shirt. We'll go ahead and take some pieces off in a minute so you can actually see how everything works on its own. We also have that scarf detailing, and thankfully that itself is not part of the dress. It's an individual piece, which I am so obsessed with. It is so nice. I love it. It has the peacock feathers all throughout the bottom of it, which is fine. Like, it's a subtle detail, and like, I don't think it would mess with any stylings at all. If anything, it's very subtle, and I can see this piece used for so many different things. We have the skirt, which is probably made off of some crushed velvet material, because you can see the sheen and you can see the actual effect that crushed velvet gives off. We have all the gold feathers as well. Then we have her hosiery, which is so pretty, and her boots, which I'm obsessed with. I'm just a boot person, in case you guys didn't already notice. So I love these so much. Super versatile. The color is definitely a unique one. It's not black. It's a hunter green, a very dark hunter green, paired with the gold. It's just absolute perfection. We have tiny pearls in the back. It's just so beautiful. I love it. And I love the detail from the actual cape itself to where it's actually like a hunter green on the inside. And then on the outside, you have this like almost robin egg color, which is like a mix between a blue and a green at the same time. A seafoam green, I guess you can also call it. It's so pretty. And if you're wondering, those musical melodies around her, those are actually attached to the gown. If you remove the harp, they still continue to circle around her. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this set looks like without some of the pieces. The neat thing about a future quality of life feature is that you'll actually be able to see your set and all the items listed and individually remove them by just clicking on the little search icon, which is so great. I am obsessed. But let's go ahead and remove the hat and remove the gloves just so we can take a look at the set. So here's what that looks like. I love the set without the gloves. I feel like her dress, being a long sleeve as it is just really nice. The hat, it looks nice without the hat, but it also looks nice with the hat. I mean, I don't hate it. And I feel like the scarf definitely ends up complementing the set, because if we remove it, the set would just look so simple. I love it. Like I said, it's a UR set. It's free. We are not complaining. So here's what the set looks like on every single different skin tone. Now let's start this off with one of the smaller sets. This is the SSR Recharge that will be accompanying our UR Pavilion. It comes with a total of 8 pieces, it is of the gold attribute, and the designer is actually Mercury. I'm not too overly obsessed with this set. So I will just be displaying each of the items, and if I do have something to say, of course, I will let you know. I love that little flip. I don't know, like I think some of you might find it weird, but as a person with incredibly long hair, this is actually very accurate. Definitely not the same thing, but when I look at this, I look at the gemstone and I think Heart of the Ocean, Titanic. Obsessed. Okay, so this is definitely giving me all the snow leopard vibes, all the rich mommy vibes, like, okay, yeah, this is definitely designed by Mercury. This gown on its own is actually pretty cute. It's like very semi-formal, very homecoming vibes. I'm not gonna lie, I love the color of the gloves. And this is what the reflection art looks like for both original and awakened. So I will start off and say that unfortunately I do not have this set completed, which is such a bummer because she is gorgeous. But I did want to partially showcase what she actually looks like in her full glory. Look at this floating effect. It is absolutely stunning. I am obsessed. I remember when this event first came out in the CN server, I was over the moon hyped, and I still am. I mean, I know that this might not be everyone's cup of tea, but for the most part, I do think that there are several people that have been waiting for this hell event. Not only because it is very lore heavy, and it's part of one of the older chapters that we got some time back, but never got this lore for. Like, the story just doesn't make sense without it. But also because of its sheer beauty. So I do apologize for the top portion of her face being kind of obscured, but we'll go ahead and go into each individual item in detail in a bit. Yes, the wings are actually separate, thank the Lord, because we'll get so much fairy usage out of it. Honestly, I feel like you can never have that many fairy wings ever in your collection. The dress has actual little butterflies flying around from it, and it is also engulfed in flames. I love that effect that they gave to it. I love her hair, how it flows in the wind because she's, of course, flying. I love the butterfly headpiece that they gave her, and her makeup. Good Lord. Let us talk about her makeup because it is just such a stunning piece. It is something definitely to marvel at. I also wanted to show you guys the Awakened set because if you really love this set, you will fall in love with the Awakened version because it just definitely captures the eye. Like it just makes your gaze gravitate towards that. Oh my God, look at it. It is absolutely breathtaking. Like the wings, I will say, I do feel are more versatile for the orange tone as opposed to this red because they're really a dark red. Like they are really specific to a certain set of colors. Like it's almost as if a dark fairy, more or less. But I love it. I'm obsessed. You know, I never watched Winx as a girl. I know it has a huge following and a huge fan base, but I did watch the Winx Netflix version, which I know got like a lot of hate and not a lot of people really love that. I love it for what it is as its own. Like I really enjoyed that show, but it reminds me of the Fire Fairy and I'm obsessed. I love it. I love it so much. The hair, oh my God. Like, I love it. If I could own this dress in real life, I would own it because it's just that gorgeous. Beautiful. So now let's go ahead and actually take a look at each individual item from the set. It is composed of 15 total items, 5 of which are makeup related. And as you can see, the ring is the heart bloom effect. It is of the green attribute, and as always, you will get 500 gems for completion. Starting off with the hair, like I said, it is gorgeous. I love the ombre effect at the very end on the tips because it basically plays off that continuing fire element vibe all throughout the set. It is beautiful. I think it is definitely one of those hair pieces that is super unique, but also very versatile. I mean, obviously, we're not always going to have flying hair all around, but if you're trying to give off that vibe where it's like, oh, you know, she's in the wind or something like that, I think it's super cool. Like it's very unique, definitely. And you guys would be super happy to hear that you can actually recolor this hair, and it is gorgeous in every single shade, let me tell you. This is the headwear and it is so pretty. It is magical. I love how even the metal butterflies have tinier little butterflies sparkling about, which you can see on the left hand side. These are the earrings. I am not a particular fan of earrings, as you guys know, so yeah, here they are. The collar for the dress, because yes, this is not actually part of the gown itself. It is a separate piece that you can remove that I feel just adds an extra little element of spice to the gown. These are her gloves of sorts. It is what you can see drooping down from her shoulder. The gloves, which also give an embodiment of flame from the bottom, and I think it is so unique how they actually made that happen with pearls. It is so stunning. The gown itself, oh my word, look at her. Like I said, you can notice at the very top that the actual ruffle collar is no longer on, and it definitely helps make this piece be more versatile, especially when paired with coats. These are the shoes. They're super cute. They're very simple, but honestly, you don't need something that's very avant-garde when you already have the whole set itself, you know? The chalice, of course, which is one of those pieces that I just love, very unique, and I can definitely see it used a lot in styling competitions. I think it will be like an amazing thing to have. Not only that, but Reverie. Like I can't wait to see the creations that everyone's going to be making. These wings are luxurious. Look at them. They don't even fit in the whole screen. That's how huge, that's how massive they are. And I love them. So moment of silence because we are about to start hitting each of the makeup items, and oh my god, the makeup is one of my absolute favorite makeups from the entirety of Nikki, like even up to date in the CN server, is one of my top 3 makeups. I love the makeup on this set. I am obsessed with it. And obviously that's just because like I'm always more of that like vampire-esque makeup vibe. Like I'm into my reds and my burgundies and my deep browns and my glitters. It's so beautiful. Like those lips, those lenses, might I add, when you look into her eyes, your soul will get lost, because those lenses actually like look like flames. Like it's that flame effect. It's stunning. You will fall in love. This is the actual makeup itself, and yes, it does have some sort of accessory in the middle. It's like a little flame line, and it's dotted with pearls. Her actual eyeshadow is kind of like embers around her eyes. It's one of the reasons why I love this makeup so much. Her lashes, same thing. It's like she has little embers flickering from her lashes. It is such a nice attention to detail. And lastly, her brows, which you really can't tell like a major difference from, but it's like a light to dark ombre of like a reddish brown, more or less. Nothing too major about these, but yeah. And this is the butterfly ring, super subtle. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual bloom effect and what it does. My God, you're actually getting to see the makeup up close, guys. It is so pretty. I am ugly talking because that's how much I love it. But you're able to see the full elements of this gown. Look at that. Look at that. We actually got an up-close shot of her makeup. I love it. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Okay, I'm distracted. Let's go ahead and get out of here. And this is what the reflection art looks like for both Original and Awakened. So now, finally, I saved the best for last, my all-time favorite set, and I am ultimately biased with this set simply because of one thing, and one thing only, which I will cover right this second after I discuss the main details of the set, which are, it is of the purple attribute, it has 14 set items, 5 of which, of course, are makeup. Same thing as any UR, 500 gems for reward upon completing it. Now, let's go ahead and see why I love this set. She is my queen. She absolutely pays my bills. I love her. Look at her. Look at this gorgeousness. Look at the waves flowing from her gown, the ripples. I love, love, love this effect that they gave her. She has like this storm cloud brewing about. There's lightning in the background. Look at that hair. That hair is one of the reasons why I am absolutely obsessed with this set. If there is ever a hair color that I think of whenever I think of Nightshade, like my actual, persona, that is the hair. This is the hair, guys. I love it. It is my number one obsession. And this is why I hype this set so freaking much. I just don't know where to start. Look at the scepter. The scepter gives me like Athena vibes from Saint Seiya. I love it. Like obviously it's not the same thing, not the same color at all, but it is still a beautiful scepter nonetheless. The actual fact that it is like dark tones. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, guys. If you find yourself in a bind where you don't know what set to get, let me tell you this. The fire set all the way. Like, I am not totally biased where I will steer you wrong. I will definitely steer you in the right direction because I want to make sure that you get what's best for you. So this set is best for me just because I love it, just because of the hair, just because of the colors. It is definitely something that I vibe with. It is my aesthetic, but it will not be the same thing for everybody else. I'm telling you that right now. Anyways, so with that aside, let me biasly cover my set because I'm obsessed with it. So I had to majorly zoom in on her because if I'm a bit far away, it crops her head, which is kind of hard to showcase a set if that happens. Even now, she's floating about. And yeah, so I love her hair. Look at that. Like, it has little tiny highlighted pieces that just kind of glow. Her hair itself just glows, guys. Like, because she's floating about, like, the sheen on her hair. It's like water sparkling in the back of her head. Look at, well, not her head, but her hair. Look at that. Oh my God. Ah, the hair. Okay, I need to stop gushing about the hair. Let's take a look at her actual crown. So thankfully, this is two separate items. Like the fins, I would call them fins. They give the fin effect very much. Those are actually separated from the headpiece. The headpiece, it does give me elven vibes. Like, I think of an elf when I see this headpiece, and I am obsessed because forest fairy, here we come. I love it. This is beautiful. For the necklace is so nice. Definitely a statement piece and definitely one that can be accessorized with several sets. Her gown itself, look at this beadwork. Look at all those gems, all those pearls strung onto the gown. Like, it is so beautiful. I love these little effects that they've given the gown all over, from the glitter, from the little water bubbles. Like, it's just so perfect. I love it. And look at those earrings. Those earrings are also, once again, like a little wave. They curl down. What is that word? A whirlpool? It's just like that. It's so stunning. Let's look at the back of the hair. That is what we're working with. Beautiful. And you won't be able to see her shoes. You won't be able to see anything else other than the miraculous image of these waves splashing down. That effect, oh my word. I love the bottom too. It's just kind of like the little water droplets on the beach. It's so beautiful. And you can kind of get a glimpse of the shoes actually here. They're pretty simple and also very versatile, but yeah, they're not anything that special. We're going to go ahead and unequip certain suit pieces just so you can actually take a look at what each item looks like individually. We'll start off with the fins. I definitely do think that it is a necessary item to the set just because it gives it its finishing touches. On its own, I don't think I love the set that much. Like, at least I wouldn't feel like it's worth all the gems that I'm dropping just like this. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. But I don't know, like, I feel like it would look too simple just without that one little item, in my opinion at least. Let's go ahead and remove the scepter. So, of course, there isn't really much else to remove because everything is an all-in-one. Like, this set doesn't have separate gloves. Like, those water veins that you see on her, they're actually part of the gown. Like, it's a long sleeve gown, but the sleeves are kind of transparent in a sense. Other than that, there's not really anything else that is, oh my God, about this set. Like I said, it is a very niche taste. So it depends on the person if they will love this set or not. I, for one, of course, love it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what this set looks like on every single skin tone. Honestly, this set kills on Passionate Rhythm. I love it. I am obsessed. And of course, this is the reflection art for both the original and Awakened set. So your girl, unfortunately, does not have an echo to awaken the set. So we'll go ahead and take a look at what the set coloring at least looks like on the index screen. Okay, guys, if I'm being totally honest, this set gives a likeness to the platinum reflection they introduced on the CN server not that long ago. At least the coloring and the overall floating vibes. Other than that, you know, it's not entirely the same. But anyways, I do love this set a lot more than the darker tones. Like, I do feel like it fits the vibe. She is ethereal. She is stunning. She is immaculate. Like, it is a very stark contrast. Like, Wow, if you don't follow me already on my Nikki Instagram, I did mention that these sets do not have a memory stairway recolor at the moment, but you can recolor the actual hairs like I did mention earlier with the fire set. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this hair looks like recolored. So here is our original version. Of course, you can see all the little sparkliness and all its nice glory. Look at that. Now let's go ahead and change the color. This is what it looks like on a purple hue. And honestly, I'm not that obsessed with the back side of it. Well, like the inner back side of it. It's just, I don't know. It's not giving. The green is definitely a vibe. Oh my god, I love it. It makes me think of a sea nymph. This is the gray shade, more or less. I don't hate it. The blonde tone, I hate it. You guys already know that sometimes these don't really work out on every hair color. That I get confused. There's like a brown, a strawberry blonde, and all that stuff. But this is what that looks like. The tan shade, once again, not the biggest fan. I don't know. I guess it could work for like a wood witch type of vibe. The strawberry blonde. I think that the tone always looks like it's green on the inside starting off by her neck. Like the outside doesn't look that bad. It's just the inside and the shadows that kind of like throw me off. This kind of looks exactly like the turquoise color, except the inside is a lot more green. Let's go ahead and swap to the turquoise just to compare. Oh no, okay, this is more like of a blue color compared to this. Okay, I don't hate it. Paulatina vibes for sure. And we unfortunately do not have the blue dye unlocked for this, but you get the general idea of what this looks like. Now, as far as the makeup goes, this is what the makeup looks like on every single different skin tone. I, of course, like I said, don't think that this set is, oh my god, the best set ever, especially when it comes down to the makeup. I feel like the makeup is very, very subtle. It is very, like, it's lacking for a better word. I feel like the lips could have been done better. I don't know, like a blue hue or like, I don't know, something different. Like, I feel like she very slightly has gloss and there's a few little blue glitter effects on her lips. Like, I genuinely am not loving the actual lipstick. For the eyes, I do like that it's kind of like water droplets are on her eyes. I do think that's cute. I do enjoy the shadow. Like, it's a very light blue. But I feel like with the set being so dark, they did try to go with a more subtle value on her face so it didn't overpower the whole look. I can definitely appreciate what they were doing there, but it just doesn't fly with me. I'm not as in love with it as I am with the fire set. So to close everything off, like I said, I definitely think that the fire set is more worth it when it comes down to it compared to the water set. So there you have it, guys. That is it for today's video. I definitely want to know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, as usual, as always. I am so excited for this event. I honestly didn't think that we would get it so soon. I was expecting sometime around mid-April because, as you guys know, it is typically a 2-month, 2 weeks wait between hell events. And this one actually came a little sooner. I want to say it's not even a full 2 months yet. It's like it was nearing the 2 months. But yeah, so I don't know. I love it. I'm obviously still going to go for it. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with the sets. I love them so much. As far as what you should go for, I know that I got this question on my Facebook when I was sharing my posts. I honestly think, like I said when explaining with the water set, that you should go for the fire set if you are in between both of them. Both of them really do have great qualities, but as far as versatility goes and more bang for your buck, it's definitely the fire set because of the makeup, because of the gown, because of the wings. Like the wings alone are a total selling point, honestly. And for the water set, like, I don't feel like there is more items that I could be like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. Like, obviously, I am obsessed with it. It's my favorite set. But that's because of the hair for me. And maybe for a lot of you too, because you like the glitter and like the darkness of it. Because it's so hard to find a good dark colored hair in game. But other than that, like, I do love the gown, but I don't know. The gown doesn't like entrap me like the fire one does, and especially that recolor for the fire one does. And not only that, but the fire set as well, like the gown is not too big to where you can't pair it with the coat. Like you can dress it up, you can dress it down. And whereas to the water set, like that poofy gown is literally going to like get in the way of several things. Like it's specifically for a set purpose, and that is a ball gown prom queen type of scenario. I do love the circlet though, like the actual headpiece, the crown. I'm obsessed with that. But other than that, yeah, guys, like it's not wowing me. If I was going to pick between spending my gems, I would honestly not go for the water set. But like I said, that's my personal opinion. Like my bias is the water set, but as a player who is trying to decide what I want, I would not go for the water set. Oh my God, it's so confusing. I am so sorry that you guys are listening to this. In general, thank you at all for listening to me. I know it's been a while. Hi. So yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking with me and for listening to me ramble. As usual, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.